We're here at the MBTA Green Line Extension Open House being hosted by Mass DOT and the Green Line Extension team. My name is Brad Ross and representing the City of Somerville and Mayor Curtatoni's office. This display board is representing the Ball Square Station site. The City of Somerville, as well as the City of Medford, are really excited about getting rapid transit back into the Ball Square neighborhood. Historically, commuter rail stops and trolleys served these business districts, but now for 50 years, we've become a very automobile-dominated society, and we really want to emphasize more public transit that's accessible to all of our residents and supports business vitality. The station design for Ball Square uses the existing commuter rail right-of-way, meaning that track level and platform level for MBTA customers will be down at the track level adjacent to the commuter rail right-of-way. The commuter rail gets shifted towards the Medford side. The Green Line trolley tracks will be on the Somerville side. Interestingly, the Somerville-Medford border essentially parallels Broadway and runs about 20 or 30 feet back from the sidewalk today. So the sidewalk is in Somerville. Most of the station site and the station platform are technically in the City of Medford. It's important to note that the City of Medford, the City of Somerville, and the City of Cambridge have a partnership with the MBTA and work collaboratively to make sure our residents and stakeholders are informed and that construction disruptions are mitigated, and ultimately that the transit is delivered in a way that increases affordable housing opportunities, small business vitality, and green space in our neighborhoods. Somerville residents, Cambridge residents, and Medford residents are coming out to learn about all of the construction underway on the Green Line extension, which is scheduled for opening in mid-2021. So we've got a couple hard years of construction in our backyards together, and the goal of this open house event is to make sure our residents and stakeholders have access to the project team, the engineers, the designers, the public relations and community planning professionals working for the MBTA to make sure folks understand what is being built and how. The construction will be very impactful to our residents, and events like this help us make sure that folks understand why certain construction is taking place in certain sequences, and how to stay excited about the fact that 2.5 years from now, our communities are going to have light rail service that we've never had before. The MBTA's Green Line Extension program team is offering up community engagement that really focuses on what these stations and what the community path are going to look and feel like when the construction is completed in 2021. This is a display board that has a representation of a new Green Line light rail station called Magoon Square Station. This is located in the middle of Somerville along the Lowell Street Bridge, by the Visiting Nurse Association at 259 Lowell Street, and by the Maxwell's Green Residential Development, where the old historic MaxPac industrial facility was located. The station is located at track level, meaning that it will be alongside the commuter rail tracks. Users and customers of the MBTA Green Line will enter the station from the Lowell Street Bridge. There will be a pedestrian plaza that will bring you into a station head house. You will pay your fare, and you will then circulate down to track level via an elevator or a stair set that gets you to a center-mounted platform down at track level, where you can hop on an inbound Green Line train to Cambridge and Boston in one direction, or an outbound Green Line train to Ball Square and Tufts University in the other direction. These investments are going to provide incredible opportunities for Somerville residents, visitors, business owners, and customers to get around our city, patronize our businesses, have access to healthcare and education facilities without having to hop on a car or on a bus. So it's very exciting for us. The next station that we'd like to highlight is the Gilman Square Station at the corner of Medford Street, Pearl Street, and School Street, out back of Somerville High School and Somerville City Hall. The Gilman Square neighborhood grew up historically around commuter rail service in the late 1800s and early 1900s. And with the Green Line extension serving this neighborhood, we're really getting back to our transit-focused roots as a community. Somerville High School students are going to be able to board a train at any number of stations on the Green Line and get off and walk up to the new Somerville High School, which will be completed around the same time as the Green Line extension in calendar year 2021. In addition, the Somerville Community Path is being extended as part of the Green Line extension project and will run out back of the Somerville High School and City Hall complex. Really, really exciting for our residents, our visitors, our business owners, workers, and shoppers to think about getting to great historic business districts like Gilman Square using the train or using their feet or a bicycle to get around. You're going to be downhill from the high school, which means that there are substantial steep hills that we need to negotiate. So there will be an entrance to the Gilman Square station at the School Street Bridge, and on the other side at the Medford Street Bridge on the east. And in the future, we hope to get a station entrance up the heart of Gilman Square at the corner of Pearl Street, Marshall Street, and Medford Street. The first Green Line station on the main branch to Tufts University in Medford is called the East Somerville Station. It's going to be located essentially at the intersection of Washington Street and Joy Street and New Washington Street, and is going to provide service for the Brick Bottom neighborhood and the East Somerville neighborhood. The platform will be up at track level, which is up on top of the existing rail bridge where the commuter trains and the freight trains go today. Part of the reason that the Green Line's construction is going to take the next 2.5 years is that the tracks have to be moved and the bridge has to be rebuilt to accommodate the freight train, the commuter rail trains, and the Green Line trolleys. We're also really excited to note that the Somerville Community Path is being extended all the way to East Cambridge and the Museum of Science, and it's going to come right across the Washington Street rail bridge up at track level and provide for ways for our residents, particularly in East Somerville and Gilman Square, to get to the train stations. All of this work is scheduled for completion in mid-2021. So part of the value of this community meeting that the MBTA is holding tonight is to make sure our residents understand the magnitude and the sequence of construction, because it will be very, very impactful. But at the end of 2.5 years, we're going to have an amazing transit amenity that our community has deserved for a long, long time. This display board is intended to help our residents and our regional stakeholders visualize what the Union Square Green Line Extension Station will look and feel like. As you may know, the Green Line extension is using existing commuter rail right-of-way, where the commuter rail trains and the Green Line trolleys will be running side by side in the existing rail right-of-way. The station at Union Square will be located adjacent to the Prospect Street rail bridge and will be accessible from Prospect Street as well as from Somerville Avenue. The platform will be down at track level, meaning residents and users and customers will have to circulate in and around and use pathways to access the trolleys. Union Square is a terminal station, meaning that it's going to be the last stop on a branch. So customers from Union Square will have to ride inbound and transfer at Leechmere if they want to get out onto the main branch to Tufts University. If your destination from Union Square is downtown Boston or East Cambridge, you can stay on that train and get to North Station and points west on the system like Fenway Park or Longwood Medical on a single seat ride. So it's really, really exciting. And the Union Square branch is scheduled for completion in mid-2021. So hang on, work with us, call 311 if you need any advice or if you have any issues to report. And in mid-2021, we will all be using the Community Path and the Green Line extension. Thanks.